Hi again, Iris Whitelock here with the fourth in the little series of short videos about identity. Now, the big problem I have with identity is it's usually a fixed concept. You know how people will say about someone, oh, that's not like her, that's out of character, or I was so surprised that she did this, that, and the other. We have an idea with most of the people that we know that they are a particular way. It gives us some sense of certainty about how they'll react in a particular situation. Um, it's and to me, it's a real. It can be problematic because I'm sure some of you have had the experience of being away from the biological family for a while and then going back. And you know that really uncomfortable thing that happens at Christmas when everybody reverts to how they were when they were a child, and suddenly the birth order is most important, and the the person that you thought you got on really well with suddenly is behaving in a way that takes you back 40 years or whatever. So it can be really interesting because we grow up with this idea of how people are, say in our family. This person is that kind of personality, she does this or he does that. When this particular situation arises, we can quite often see reactions, voice, intonations, or little phrases that family members use that are just like what they used to do years ago, or like our parents or whatever. So there's this kind of flip that we do right back into the behavior that we were in when we were young. And it's unpacking some of those automatic reactions where we get into this very uncomfortable place of behaving like a 4-year-old when really, that was 60 years ago. So what's going on? So the way I look at identity when I'm working with people is to have a look at some of those situations that have, ossified. They've gone hard like bone, or petrified is the other one. Gone like a rock, and that has become not just how other people see us, but what our self-concept is. And until we can understand the fluidity of and the dynamism of our personalities and who we really are, we are not this particular bundle of reactions and behaviours that we might have lived with, yes, for a long time, but that is actually not who we really are. So what I like to do is to get down to, like, who are you? What is your real being, and how to bring that forward so that the other stuff that is so dependent on past behaviors and dysfunctional patterns that were developed decades ago, how do you leave that behind? So that's the kind of work that I like to do with people, and I have found for myself that has been really vital in feeling that I am actually making some progress as a human being in this time on this planet. So thank you for listening. If you've got any reflections about times that you've noticed yourself behaving like a toddler, and or alternatively when you've made a really clear decision not to go the way of expectation, for example, or habit. So I'd be very interested to hear some little reflections if you can kind of encapsulate that. I don't, you don't want to do an essay on it, but just a couple of little sentences to mention those things and how they played out in your life. I'd be really interested to hear. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.